Welcome to 90 Minutes on Film, a place where three distinct individuals give three distinct perspectives on movies that we love or we hate. My name is Wackoe, and here is C.E. Garcia.
Yo.
And of course, Gabriel, the Calilobo.
What's up, man? How you doing today?
Pretty good, guys. Today's a real special day because we are actually here in Burbank, California, and we are doing this in the iHeart Studios. Oh man, I'm really excited about today's show, to be honest. Hopefully you guys are as well.
Yep.
Yes. Chris,
You think we need one more? You think we need one more? All right, we'll get one more.
we need one more on this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sounds like a good idea.
All right, so I'm really excited to present here Natalia.
Hey, what's up?
Oh, welcome.
Thank you for coming on to
Yeah,
do this.
of course.
This is definitely going to be an interesting episode.
Okay.
So I'm kind of curious to see how we got to this title. So we'll wait until we get
We
there.
are actually doing today we asked Natalia to come on, and I asked her, what is your favorite movie? Her brain started going like 20,000 miles an
I
hour.
know.
And I'm like, look.
I was like, well.
She's all like, well, boom, boom, boom. I could just see it in her head. She just go, and then she says, well, I have one film that is absolutely my favorite one, and it is
Ocean's 11.
Hey.
The remake.
Wow.
The
the remake. Yes,
Yes.
good point.
I hope it's the remake, because if it's not, I looked at the wrong movie.
It's never been done before. You want to knock over a casino. 3 casinos?
You gotta be nuts.
Exactly. This place houses a security system that rivals most nuclear missile silos.
Smash and grab job, huh?
Slightly more complicated than that.
Oh.
Yeah.
You'd need at least a dozen guys doing a combination of kinds.
10 ought to do it, don't you think?
We're just supposed to walk out of there with $150 million in cash without getting stopped?
Yeah. Now, they tell me that I paid my debt to society.
Funny, I never got a check.
Scared?
You suicidal?
Congratulations, you're a dead man.
He'll kill you. And then he'll go to work on you.
Someone call for a doctor?
Here comes the girl.
You're a thief and a liar.
I only lied about being a thief.
Why do this?
Because the house always wins. Unless, when that perfect hand comes along, you bet big, and then you take the house.
Been practicing this speech, haven't
A
you?
little bit. Did I rush it? Felt like I rushed it.
That was good, I liked it.
You're either in or you're out. Right now.
No Rat Pack in this one.
No Rat Pack.
Which I'm pretty sure we'll probably tap into that later or something.
You know, I wanted to look into that one too, and I should have looked in a little. That's one movie I've never seen.
You don't need to.
No, it's completely.
You didn't
I heard
like
it's different.
It's
Is it too old
it's
school
slow.
for you?
No, it's not. I love old movies. Another movie that I really do watch, and I know it's problematic, is Gone with the Wind.
Mm-hmm.
But
Oh,
like Rebel
especially
Without
now.
a Cause, I love that movie too.
Yeah.
But like, it's just kind of slow.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
as snappy as Ocean the remake is.
So this is like your ultimate favorite right here.
When I really break it down, I do have to think that this is probably my favorite movie
Of all time?
Of all time, yeah, and
Wow.
that's hard to say because, like, obviously, I feel like you have favorite movies based on a time of your life, what it meant to you. Like I said, you know, you have your movies of like, oh, that was my favorite movie as a kid, or oh,
Right,
this is my favorite movie, you know, right now. Like I even told Wackoe, I was like, I have favorite movies that I've only seen once. Only because of like the emotions that it brought out when I saw it, but I emotionally sometimes I'm not ready to watch them again.
Yeah.
But Ocean's 11 is one. I remember sitting in the theater watching it and being so excited. I wish with this movie too that I can rewatch it again. Never have seen it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like it's one of those you're like, I wish I could see that and not have ever seen it ever before. It's a comfort movie for me. I watch it when I want to go to sleep, and because like the soundtrack to me just like is so soothing and lullaby.
Yep.
Yes.
But I also think it's a really great, fun, entertaining film.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That feeling that you're talking about, A Quiet Place. Like when I saw that in the movie theater that first time,
Yes.
I could never get that emotion back again where the entire theater is quiet for an hour. Like
Yeah.
nobody's eating popcorn.
Yeah, no one's breathing.
I mean, nobody was breathing and you're just wondering what was happening. you can't replicate that feeling, and that's why some of those movies you only need to watch them once.
Yeah,
and then just remember that feeling inside and hold it inside.
And I can't think of a more comfort movie than The Quiet Place.
Sure.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's true.
like whenever I want to feel comfortable or be happy, I put on The Quiet Place.
Yeah,
also.
for sure.
Joyful place to be when watching that.
Exactly.
That and Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Sure. Hey, they both work out in the end.
Right.
But we really do thank you for joining us.
Oh yeah, of
We're really
course.
excited with
This isn't something that I always get to do, but it is something I love. I love movies, so I'm excited. Thank you.
So this is your all-time favorite.
Yeah.
What is number 2 and 3?
Ooh.
Oh gosh, what are someone?
Just off the top of your head.
Wizard of Oz holds a very nostalgic feel for me. That's something that I always watched as a kid. I will always smile when I watch it, and I love the music. Nice. Another one, which is more of a comfort one too, which I think is a very good film, is Miss Congeniality.
Oh wow.
Okay, but I'll give you the two movies that I love, that I think are absolutely beautiful movies that I've only seen once and are just I love those films, is The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. I think it's such a beautiful, beautiful film. And 1917. We talked about this, right?
I love that movie.
Gosh,
Talk
when
about
I saw
holding
that,
your breath the whole 2 hours.
Yeah.
I think about sitting there and I remember going, this is freaking amazing.
Yeah.
This is so beautiful.
I mean, look who DP'd it,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's a monster.
The god of all God, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Did you watch All Quiet on the Western Front?
No, I haven't yet.
That one was good.
It gets a little hard for me to watch movies now because I do have a 2-year-old. So trying to find, he's ask me how many times I've seen Spider-Man or
like Cat in the Hat or something.
Paw Patrol.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no, I haven't gotten into that one yet.
Okay, good.
Thank goodness.
If 1917, because I think 1917 is depressing. I mean, I do love the movie.
It is,
but
and that's why you can't. Yeah.
I remember the ending scene. When he sits down, just kind of being in tears, myself personally. And then I watched All Quiet on the Western Front, and that one's a tough watch.
Really?
Also, it's so depressing.
Oh,
yeah.
Can't wait to watch it.
It's really good. It's really good though.
It's another comfort movie.
Yeah. So Ocean's 11, Chris, let's go ahead and get into detail.
So we got writer, director is Steven Soderbergh.
Yep.
Pretty long list. His career is full of independent film. And then I think he really made a name for himself with Aaron Brockovich. Yeah. And what did he do right before Aaron Brockovich? Traffic.
Traffic.
He did Traffic.
Yeah. That's good.
And then, of course, he did Ocean's 11. It's
Contagion.
Oh, yes, definitely. Ted Griffin. He wrote it. Didn't really see what he did.
Rumor has it with Jennifer Aniston and Kevin Costner.
He wrote that.
Yeah.
I don't think I saw that.
Yeah. He also was a co-writer. Yeah, it's a good movie. It's not bad. Co-writer of Tower Heist as well with Ben Stiller. I mean, yeah, Eddie Murphy on that one.
Did he write?
Some, you lose some.
Did he write 11, 12, and 13 of Oceans?
I think he was a part of 12, but it kind of tailed off after that. He's also does some acting, I believe, and producing. So I think it taps into another category for me on that, but he kind of fell off of the writing thing because he was doing a little bit more producing and acting.
Wow.
More recently. So
well, you watch this movie and there's no way Steven Soderbergh didn't do a pass on the script because you just watch the movie and it feels like out of sight, which he did right before it. So you can kind of tell there's no way he didn't have a hand in the way it was written.
One of our favorite
J-Lo movies. Oh, yes. That's number one. That's got to be number one.
That's definitely number one.
Yeah.
It's on the Mount Rushmore.
Right.
Yeah.
If you have not heard our last podcast, we did The Mother, and that was pretty fun. We had a J-Lo representative defending her. So
the podcast was fun.
No, it was fun.
We had a good time with that.
Yeah.
This movie is available, obviously, on HBO Max.
Yep.
DVD, of course.
Yep.
And
I still own my
Amazon
DVD.
Prime.
Yeah,
I just watched the DVD. That's how I.
Nice. Was there an updated? What's the most updated DVD that came out with this one?
There is an updated Blu-ray, but
I have more commentary and more features.
think I don't own it. I still have the DVD, so I'll go back and I keep them all. So I watched it.
There's actually Brad Pitt won an award for his commentary on this movie. I don't know which version of it, like what DVD or Blu-ray it is, but he won an award for. Like,
was he doing like the talk over?
I've never heard it. I just read that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, I would love to find that.
That is interesting.
Wow, you shouldn't have said that because now I have to go through and find it.
Oh, you sent him into a tail.
And I have to own that now.
All right. Lobo.
Yes.
Synopsis on this, please.
Were we doing background music?
Oh, yeah.
Last time?
Background music comes on and go.
A con man fresh out of prison initiates an impossible mission to raid the vault that holds the money of 3 very big Las Vegas hotels. For this purpose, he and 10 partners all work together to answer the question, does a $160 million payday warrant the risk to complete the most daring Vegas heist ever conceived?
Good job.
Hey, I'm getting better with that thing.
That is good. Super good.
Very good. Very good. Let's go over the estimated budget and gross. Chris, you got any of those numbers?
$85 million budget. It brought in $450 million.
Wow. Can you put little ching, 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 ching in the background?
Sure can. And the interesting, I don't want to step on other categories, but a lot of the guys took pay cuts to get it.
I actually heard about that.
Yeah.
That's really awesome though, right?
Yeah. For those guys, you think of them more now than then.
Right.
But
right.
I'm pretty
then
sure
it was a little bit different. I'm pretty sure the pay held them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Any nominations, wins, or losses on that?
Nothing like overly mind blowing. Best on screen team, best dressed for Clooney at the MTV Movie Awards. Was it the Teen Choice Awards for Brad Pitt? Critics' Choice Awards. Yeah.
Very prestigious.
She's like, hey.
Critics' Choice Award for Best Ensemble Cast. It didn't come off particularly favorable with the critics. Most reviews say it's entertaining but unambitious, not overly funny or smart, but it is charming, which I thought that was surprising that it still comes across as a positive review, even though they say a lot of they had a lot of little negative jabs at the film when it came out. But it's December, it's 2001, it's right after 9/11. So
interesting.
Everybody's trying to heal, we're trying to forget. So I think that might have been a lot of the reason why, it was so successful in the box office, because at the time the country just needed something.
They wanted to be taken away from.
And I think that's the same with Maverick. The reason why it's so popular, because hey, we're coming out of the pandemic and we're like, you know what?
Mel Gibson?
The Top Gun Maverick.
Oh, Top Gun. I'm thinking Maverick like way back in the day.
Wow, that's digging deep.
This is a real movie watcher over here.
We should just add her to the crew.
Absolutely.
That's wild.
Wow.
Usually
I have no idea why that went first. Mel Gibson.
And that's a good one too, because that's same crew that did the Lethal Weapon franchise.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Nice.
Dick Donner, everybody, the same writer, everybody.
Nice.
I completely forgot about that one too.
Yeah,
Is it Jodie Foster in that? Is that
Yes,
Jodie Foster?
it is.
Yeah,
Jodie
yeah,
Foster.
yeah.
And it's the original Maverick is
what was his name?
James Garner.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, he's the OG one.
Yeah, but anyways, like I was saying, I think that's why Top Gun Maverick was so popular, is because
Very true.
we're coming out of the pandemic.
Definitely.
We're trying to get back in the
It
theaters,
was
get back to normal.
The rollout was perfect for it. It was the timing, and they even said he saved movies. I mean, I don't know if he really saved movies, but man,
$1 billion plus.
Yeah, I get it.
And for you to be able to sit on a movie for 3 years, complete it, that's like gambling. But hey, you pulled it off.
He did it.
Yeah, but I mean, that's what I think. I think that's the reason why it was so successful, was because of the time it was released. 2001.
All right. Anything else you want to tap? Would you like to tap into us?
With the no, I think
we can just get right into it.
let's get right in.
All right, here we go. Act 1, ladies and gentlemen. Production value. Notable cast and crew. Just a couple of names that we can have them stand out.
Yeah.
Well,
we can go around the room, I guess.
I mean, there's a nice little list of the.
Oh yeah,
yeah, there is.
I don't think we'll say the same ones, all of us, but
okay.
You want to go, Lobo?
Well, I'm going with my man Brad Pitt.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's my dude.
I have to agree with you on that.
Yeah, Bernie Mac as well in this movie, along with George Clooney,
Andy Garcia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. For me, I chose Elliot Gould and Carl Reiner.
Yeah.
The two older guys. I thought they
the OGs.
Yeah, and I think when they're on screen, they got to be two of the most believable characters in the movie. And I think that's because they have so much history.
Yeah.
Behind them, they're, like you said, they're OGs.
Yeah.
They got a lot of work under their belt. Definitely, I think the most convincing.
Yeah.
I think every moment when they're together, it's a standout for me. Because I love when an actor is acting in the movie as somebody else. So, Carl Reiner's doing he's playing Saul.
Saul, right.
And then who's also playing Lyman Zerga.
Yeah.
So it's like, I just love that dynamic.
Saul, you sure you're ready to do this?
If you ever ask me that question again, Daniel, you will not wake up the following morning.
That's what I want to know. Where the hell are they?
They will be here.
They will be here. Schmuck.
Saul, turn that off, will you?
I'll turn it off when I'm ready to turn
Saul!
It's off. It's off.
You also have a non-credited Don Cheadle
Yeah.
in this movie.
And you know
Very
what?
controversial
Yes.
for that.
That's in my other.
Yeah, I got it.
We won't tap into that one quite yet.
Don't forget Julia Roberts as
And
well.
Julia Roberts,
Yep.
yes.
Yeah,
I think
Julia
I heard
Roberts.
I think I heard about
Yeah,
her.
she's been around a little bit.
I think so. She's been around.
hmm
Did you know some fun facts? History Productions. Maybe we can tap into it now, right?
Yeah, go for it.
Sure.
At it. Don Cheadle.
Don Cheadle.
Well, okay. So some people might not know this, and I didn't know this at one point. That I looked it up, and I remember reading that he was not okay with his role in the film and the lack of, not necessarily screen time, but like kind of the lack of what his character was given.
Yeah,
sure.
And so it kind of like there was a back and forth, and then he asked to not be credited in the film, and he also felt like his name should have been higher
he wanted
in
that
the
on
the
ranks
billing,
of the
top billing.
Mhm.
top billing.
And another thing, somebody else, but I know McGregor was supposed to be they were wanting McGregor to play that role.
Really, the Basher?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. And there was another actor. I can't think of it, but
Bruce Willis was in it
Yeah.
for a second, then he
Second,
dropped
yeah.
out.
Yeah.
And then Mark Wahlberg was considered or was in it before Matt Damon dropped out to do Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
yeah,
And then probably later was like, well, that was the wrong decision.
But did you? I think I had read that he said something like
He dissed the cast.
yeah, always, and he's like, I'd rather do a shitty movie than spend an hour and a half patting George Clooney on the back or something like that. But then he goes and he does Perfect Storm with George Clooney.
Yeah,
right after that.
And they were so good together in that. Yeah, I don't know.
But he's known to sometimes, talk a little shit here. And
Yeah.
there. It's
I mean, I think
he's
it was
growing up
it
now.
was kind of
He
known
has.
afterwards, like that this crew was so close, and they did become very buddy, and there were stories about pranks, and we did this, and now we're like they almost became this new kind of Rat Pack in a sense where they were grouped together, and so maybe Mark was a little like I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm cool by myself.
Yeah, I'm cool.
Yeah, I got my own entourage.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, I did Planet of the Apes.
I like Matt. I like Matt Damon in it. I think
he's great.
Yeah,
I think
he's
he fit well. I think Mark Wahlberg would have brought a little bit of more silliness to it. I don't think like.
Well, I think from there he's coming right off of Boogie Nights.
Yeah, which is.
And I mean,
I think he did great in Boogie Nights.
But for years, whenever he's pushing the envelope of acting, I just always see Dirk Diggler.
Yeah.
Like he's always kind of Dirk Diggler until he hit like Perfect Storm or The Departed. That's when I think he's finally like
now
his own person.
Now it's just a lot of he's the comedy.
Yeah,
Ted.
Yeah. The other guys.
The other guys.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I do have one.
Mm-hmm.
The Boski, Jim Brown, Miss Daisy, two Jethros, and Leon Spinks.
The biggest
and
Ella Fitzgerald.
The biggest Ella Fitzgerald. They're actually referring to different types of scams or cons. So everybody's name means something. Boski is reference to Ivan Boski, who is a Wall Street trader caught for committing securities fraud, which is who Saul is.
Right.
Jim Brown, football player.
Yep.
Everybody knows who that is. Especially me. That's weird.
That's a sports reference. You're one sports reference.
Yeah,
side note: he does not know anything about sports.
Got it.
Mark me one. I got one sports reference so far. So that's referring to the confrontation between Frank and Linus. Then we got the Miss Daisy, which is driving Miss Daisy. That's the remote-controlled SWAT van. The two Jethros, obviously it's the
brothers,
the two dumb brothers.
They're great.
The Spinks is going to be reference to the fight that's with
Lennox
Vladimir,
Lewis.
Lennox Lewis,
Vladimir
using
Kuchel.
it as a diversion. And then the Ella Fitzgerald, which I thought was the most interesting one, is it's referring to an old Memorex commercial where they broke a glass with her singing. And she says, is it live or is it Memorex?
Yeah.
So that's going to be the looping of the footage that they use of the vault.
Dude, I remember that commercial too.
So do I.
It's crazy. That's how old I am. I do have one more.
Yeah.
And actually, I got this one for my wife, so I got to give her kudos to this one.
Shout out.
But the diamonds that Julia Roberts was wearing, they're Tiffany diamonds. And Tiffany does not lend out any diamonds at all for movies. So they've only done it for like The New Great Gatsby was one. Breakfast at Tiffany's and Ocean's 11.
Wow.
So
and those are real?
Yeah, they're real diamonds. And they trimmed them and everything to fit her. Usually
these are custom.
They're custom. They're custom. So they sent over a bunch of pictures of, what they were kind of looking for. Tiffany took them and customized them and then gave them to the production crew for this movie.
What was the value on it?
I didn't get that part.
million.
Yeah. But normally when you're seeing diamonds that are on film, they're Harry Winston. It does a lot. They give out a lot, but Tiffany does not. So I think that's kind of a big point for this movie.
That is. I mean, that's a pretty big deal.
Yeah. What was your favorite part of the movie?
Oh, wait, I had it to fun fact.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Yeah,
Okay.
I got one more too.
Oh, let's keep going.
Maybe you guys know this.
It's her favorite movie. So
I read that they shut down valet at the Hotel Bellagio. So even when they were filming, so even the high rollers that were used to going to that hotel and were like regulars there, had to park in the garage.
Ooh.
Wow.
Oh, downgrade.
Wow. Can you imagine?
You got to walk.
What do you mean you got to park in the garage?
You're going to drop $1 million, but we're going to make you walk from the parking
You know
garage.
who I am?
I just love imagining
Where's
that.
management?
Exactly.
Yeah, they're like, hey, we got Brad Pitt and George Clooney. You're good. Move along.
That's Sorry, we're getting paid a little bit more for these couple hours.
That's crazy. I got one for you, Wackoe.
Oh?
So the cinematographer, Peter Andrews, is actually a pseudonym for Steven Soderbergh.
Oh,
he actually shot his own movie, and then I looked back at this Peter Andrews' filmography, and he shot all of Steven Soderbergh's movies. So he's been shooting his own movies for quite a long time.
Wow, look at that!
Yeah, that's going deep,
and that's all the way back from Soderbergh's first indie movie was Schizopolis. So I thought that was wild.
Wow,
because I was looking at him who is this cinematographer? Oh, it's Steven Soderbergh. Yeah.
Oh, all right. Here we go. What's the best part in the movie for you guys? Natalia.
The whole movie.
Yeah. The whole movie.
From start to finish.
Okay, what do you mean by best part? Do you mean
it could be something personal? It could be something personal. There's really no
pick couple
preference into this.
So we before we started, we all kind of mentioned it, and we played it. It's the you think we need one more. And I love that scene. So they're in a bar. They've already gotten, the brothers. They've gotten, Sal, and then they're sitting there. Brad's got his head down kind of on the bar, and he's just watching the TV. And George is sitting behind him, and he's like, "You think we need one more? You think we need one more? All right, we'll get one more." And Brad doesn't flinch. He doesn't move. He doesn't say anything. And it's it shows kind of the relationship that they have, that they don't really need to always speak words. They know what they're thinking. They're there for each other. But then it's so funny. The beat on it is just so good. I love that
It is on point. Do you guys have somebody that you can just look at them and not say anything and they're like, yeah.
Yeah, I do.
It's unfortunate. It was one of my buddies that passed away, though. But we used to have that type of relationship. So it was always close. I would always say, and he was my buddy in Colorado. We smoked cigars and drank whiskey together. And it was just spending time. We didn't have to say anything at all in order to just enjoy each other's company. So it was my man, Adrian.
Second nature.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, mine's which is just like the movie, the ultimate partner in crime. It's my wife, Jessica. I always look at her, and sometimes we won't even say nothing, or we'll say the same thing at the exact same time. So yeah, that's second nature.
How about you, Natalia? Anybody?
I would my husband and I are like that, but oddly enough, I have a friend named Natalie, and so Natalia, and we used to work at Starbucks together until like for only 2 years, but we've known each other since we were little kids. And so we always used to say, if you came in the morning during a morning rush and we were working the bar together, you would get your coffee like this. We knew each other so well. We didn't have to say anything, and we would just like we were making drinks like nobody's business, and we were the best. Nice. So yeah, I would say like we had kind of had that like repertoire. We just kind of knew each other's movements and
you kind of do that now with the show as well too.
Yeah,
with Big, right? So you guys have this whole rhythm of just flowing and just like it's so on point.
It is, but I do feel that like it not that it took time to get there, but it did take a little bit of time because I got thrown in, and so there was a lot of me like learning the rhythms of the show and just kind of hanging back a little bit and then feeling when you can come in. You can't always do that with you know.
Here's my question: how long did it take you to be on point to say Big Boy?
Oh gosh, I feel like that took a couple months.
Because
no one teaches you. You just have to watch and then just jump in,
catch it, and you know, right?
Even now, sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, my bad, sorry.
Yeah, it's crazy because when I'm in there and I know when it's going to happen, and I just like to hear it, and I just like look at it. They're just like Big Boy, and it's just like on point, Big Boy.
Yeah,
wow,
yeah. So it's crazy.
It's like a dance.
Yes,
it is. Yeah. It is. Anybody else?
I do. Yes. I got a couple. The face-off between Pitt and Clooney when they're at the that little poker game.
The gambling in the beginning, yeah.
And the kids are all mine. Oh shit,
man!
Keep going. Keep going. I love it.
Well, why were you in prison? I stole things. You stole things like jewels,
ink and matrimonial head masks.
Any money in those? Ink and matrimonial
head masks. There's some.
Don't let them fool you. There's boatloads. If you can move them. Pick one. But you can't.
My fence seemed confident enough.
Dealing in cash, you don't need a fence.
People lack vision.
Probably everybody's cell block E.
That's $500.
Guys, what's first lesson in poker?
Never bet on the...
No, leave emotion at the door.
That's right, Topher. Today's lesson, how to draw out the bluff. That much money this early in the game, I'm saying he's holding nothing better than a pair of face cards.
So I just love, like, you know, they got this like adversarial look, like they're pissed off at each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You know, and probably the first 200-300 times I've watched this movie, I always thought like, man, was he mad at him for, you know, because he was in jail? Like, what was going on? Yeah. And then only recently when I rewatched it for this movie, for this podcast, I realized like, shit, they're scamming these kids.
Yep.
It's that second nature, just like you said. How he's like, you think we need one more? Yeah, let's do one more. I was like, damn, I'm so dense. I did not catch that.
He was, you know, setting him up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then at the end when he
was setting him up.
Yeah, when he's driving too, he's telling him, you know, you're here cold clocking like, you know, rich Playboy Hollywood kids or something. He's like
Teen Beat,
cover models.
And
you're bored.
And I know you're bored. And I didn't. Maybe I had to be older. I don't know. Like I watched it the other day. I'm like, damn. I never realized they were playing these guys.
It's really great too because the way they walk out of the club is kind of, I feel like, a tiny nod to it because they kind of walk out and they like, I think Brad like brushes his tie a little bit and they kind of like adjust. And
it's like if you just finished getting in a fight.
Yeah, but you're kind of like, we did that.
Yeah.
We did, you know, you did this. And it also foreshadows what's going to happen later of like, don't exactly believe what you're seeing because something else is going to happen.
And see, I never caught that until recently.
Do you ever notice that when Brad takes his quote break and he's watching the girls that are dancing and he's like got that sad look on his face and his hands in his palm and George walks behind him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. I love it.
That like I didn't actually pick up on that until a couple of years ago.
Yeah, because it just swings by and then he walks right in and there he is.
I was like, oh shit, I never saw that moment. Okay.
I do got one more.
Go ahead.
The very end, Claire de Lune.
Oh
they're
my
kind of
gosh.
like celebrating
You
their...
mother...
Sorry.
That's what happens. We always, you know.
Yeah, we like the same stuff.
I just like that dreamy feel. Like, you know, they're celebrating that they got away scot-free. Most of them.
Yeah.
That's just I just love that Hollywood, that golden era Hollywood vibe that it gave, you know. Shot really well. Mm-hmm. That's my other... Sorry, Gabe.
Yeah, no worries. For me, it's anytime Brad Pitt comes on the screen. Like, he took the whole movie for me.
Wow.
Overall.
That's single Gabe right
there.
There
you go. Here we go.
I do have a little man crush on Brad Pitt. So yeah, he's my dude.
This Brad Pitt doesn't do it for me because his hair is so short.
You don't like that?
You like the flowy?
Legends of the Fall?
Yeah. I'm more of a Spy Game Brad Pitt. Because he's got that, I don't know if anybody's ever seen 3 Days of the Condor with Redford.
No.
Faye Dunaway. Man. So Redford's hair is so dope in that movie. And then so Pitt is basically playing Redford in Spy Game, and he's got the same freaking hair. And then Redford's in it with him in Spy Game. So at that moment, I'm like, damn, this guy and his hair.
That's awesome. He's got great hair. He really does.
Even now. And he's he's over 50 something.
One of mine is, so Matt Damon now has to fill in for George because George cannot be this close to the heist because of Tess.
Right.
And so Matt Damon's got his working for the gambling company or whatever it is.
Committee,
the committee, the NRG or something.
Yeah.
And he's got his coat on, he's got his glasses, his briefcase, and Brad is telling him, say 4 words when you can. No, don't say 7 when you can say 4. Don't look up because they know you're lying. Don't look down because you're this. And he's giving him all the tips.
Yeah.
And then he's and for whatever you do, don't do. And right in there, Linus comes in to ask him to look at something, and then Brad just walks away.
Yeah.
And Matt Damon is just crap. What is it?
What was the last one?
I ask you a question. You have to think of the answer. Where do you look? No good. You look down, they know you're lying. And up, they know you don't know the truth. Don't use 7 words when 4 will do. Don't shift your weight. Look always at your mark, but don't stare. Be specific, but not memorable. Be funny, but don't make him laugh. He's got to like you and then forget you the moment you've left his sight. And for God's sake, whatever you do, don't, under any circumstance.
Russ.
Yeah.
Can you take a look at this?
Sure.
That innocence of Matt that I think that he brought to that role where you were saying where Mark might have been too comical.
Yeah. Or too heavy.
Or too heavy. Yeah. I think
that's another word right there, heavy.
Matt brought this very, almost an insecure guy that knows what he's doing, but this is he's really got to make his mark. He's got to be good at it. He brought that innocence, I guess, to it in that moment where he's just oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that.
There was one thing that happened listening to it now on the surround sound in the background. When they're going into the vault and they're showing how they got the heist and they did it. If you hear Sal in the background, when they're all rappelling down, he's like, oh. I laughed so hard. It made me laugh this time around.
7.1.
Yeah, it was because I heard it in the surround sound in the background, and he's like, and I started dying.
Write the tagline.
Write the tagline.
Ooh, so this is something that features on the poster. What you got, Natalia?
Oh, I don't know. And this one had really tough. I just looked at the poster and was like, that's a good tagline.
What was the tagline of the poster?
Are you in or are you out?
Yeah,
are you in or out?
That's it. Kind of a.
That's pretty good.
Did you guys have one?
I do.
Oh, go for it.
Go for it. No, go ahead.
In Vegas, the house always wins. Not this time.
Yeah, I extended the you in or out. I said, I'm only going to ask you once, you in or out.
Oh, there you go.
Good. Yeah,
and
I didn't get one.
One more.
Go for it.
He stole his girl, so he stole his money.
Ooh,
yeah.
But then that kind of gives
that
gives away the plot.
Yeah, that's true. It gives away the Julia Roberts character.
Yeah.
All right. Well, why aren't they a bigger star? This is kind of a.
They all are.
Kind of tough one, right?
I mean, I chose one. Scott Conn.
I was thinking him.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean,
that's really good.
He's not better than what his dad was. So.
No, because you could name right now. All of us could probably name 30 movies that James Caan did.
Yeah.
Scott Conn,
and
I
TV
can't
shows.
really. I could probably pick 2 things that Scott Conn has done.
Did you know he was part of a musical hip hop group? Do you know what it was called?
What?
I knew that, but I didn't know what the name was.
What is the name of it?
Hooligans.
Put your hands up, reach for the sky on the field with the hooligans still. I got mad style, I give up wow on the DL with the low profile. Swing as I just do my thing.
I went with the writer, Ted Griffin. It's just he wrote such a good script overall for a large ensemble cast on this one. The rumor has it he was a part of that one as well. Tower Heist was okay, but he was also a producer on Wolf of Wall Street. So it's why is he just not bigger?
Doing it?
Yeah, doing it all the time. Yeah,
it's funny that the Tower Heist, it's like a big ensemble cast.
It is.
Also.
It's another ensemble cast, yeah.
Wow. Maybe that's his thing. Cool.
Natalia?
I guess I would maybe say Casey Affleck, but I feel like he prefers to be more low key. Obviously, like Ben Affleck is this massive star, and he sees what comes along with it. But Casey's such a good actor too. He's a very, very like deep, thoughtful actor. And I liked seeing this a little sillier side, I guess, of him. Because when I think of him, I do think of dramatic roles.
Yeah, very heavy.
Very heavy. Thank you. That's a great way to describe Casey Affleck. But I think I think Casey Affleck's a great actor.
Like we've discussed before in the past, it all boils down to your choices.
Yeah.
Very calculated choices.
Calculated, yeah.
You think he's better than
his brother?
Yeah.
I think just different. I am a Ben Affleck stan. Like I will go to bat for Ben Affleck. Like favorite Batman. Sorry.
Man.
Wow. Don't even try to come at me and say Christian Bale was a good Batman.
Thank you for coming by.
We'll see you in the next one.
Fantastic to have you join us.
Come on. I know. I'll like totally like die on that hill.
Oh goodness.
All right, let's keep moving on here. Okay. Ask anyone involved with the production on this film. Basically, what were you thinking? How the fuck did they do that? Or why the fuck did they do that? You pick one of these.
And we probably all have the same one, but
oh really?
Probably. I think we do.
I don't know. I got the how did they do that? And it's how did they get all these major stars to go way below their quota?
Yeah.
And then to have them come back for multiple sequels after that. I mean, I know that they made a ton of money off the first one and they probably all got paid on the second.
Yeah.
But then you usually lose a couple of people along the way and you figure out a way to get rid of them.
I mean, even Andy Garcia came back.
Yeah,
too, right?
Andy Garcia came back as well.
I've never seen 12 and 13.
Oh, wow. Okay. They're entertaining. I mean, they're not better than this one, but they're definitely very entertaining.
Yeah, that's true. Mine, I guess my question is, like, okay, the hotel casinos like let you film there, you got access, but what kind of access do you get for their security systems? Like, is that really the way that a security system works in a hotel? Did you like? I'm sure that the hotels are like, we don't want to give away our secrets because I mean, I don't think anyone's going to attempt it, but you still want to protect yourself. So like, where did they come up with the parameters of what a hotel does to protect its money?
Right.
My thing was what were they thinking? I guess. Well, this might even go with a category later though too. But when Basher was just putting out the cones in the middle of the street,
yeah, I thought that too. He's just waving.
Like, moving on. Like, how are you gonna believe this guy? Like, so I was just like, what were they thinking on that? Like, maybe they could have put him and roll up in a truck. I mean, you guys are sitting here grabbing all this stuff. You have a budget.
He doesn't
to work
even have
with.
Like a vest.
Yeah,
on.
you don't have a vest on. You don't have
he's
like
got a scarf.
Yeah, you can't get a truck for I don't know, construction, city truck, city work truck, water truck, or something like that. That's just my.
That's true.
That's funny.
It would never happen.
I got two. One of them, which is probably my least favorite thing about this movie, that remix of the Elvis song.
Oh, what? Really?
I hate that. Yeah, mine's like, what were you thinking letting them do that? Sorry, that's just me. Because I remember when that came out, it was in like every car commercial. It was always on TV. So that got me. That's my one. And my second one is letting Don Cheadle use that freaking British accent.
You'll say that.
Because even, so it's, to this day, it's like regarded as like one of the worst British accents that's ever been filmed.
Worse
Yeah.
Then what's his name from Mary Poppins?
It's up there.
Yeah.
So he's up there as one of them, as one of the worst. And then I was looking online. Talib Kweli does a show, The People's Party. And in 2019, he said there's an internet theory that Basher was actually an American with an affinity for British culture. So he's an American pretending like he's British. Similar to Adrian Brody in the Spike Lee movie Summer of Sam. Like he's obsessed with like the Stooges and stuff like that.
But Don Cheadle like apologized for that accent.
Yeah, he
publicly
did. Still,
and he fired the person that was helping him.
His dialect coach.
He said he was pissed because he's in the trailer with his dialect coach, and the rest of the cast is outside like playing basketball, playing cards. They're having a blast, and he's inside with this dialect coach. That I mean,
this is why why he didn't want to get credited.
Yeah, is it really his fault? But I mean, Don Cheadle's brilliant.
He is.
No,
he is.
No, he is. He's a great actor.
He said he was walking down the street and this car blew past him and like made a U-turn and came back just to yell at him to tell him how bad his accent was.
No. What would you bring to this film to the next level? What would you guys do?
I mean, we talk about, especially the last episode we did, vegetarian buffet. So I didn't think there was any stakes really.
Mm-hmm.
Like I never got the sense they weren't going to make it.
Yeah.
So I think if they were to inject a law enforcement, hot on the trail of Danny, like we know what's going on. Like they got to like get away from, the cops or the feds. Like they know they're going to rob this place. So they're like playing like cat and mouse, like still trying to pull off the heist in between. I thought that would be a good element. But then also thought it might be a little too close to Out of Sight.
Yeah.
Because it's like the last thing he did. Clooney's in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just kind of like the way it is. I don't really think anything more can really be added to it, to be honest.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, there's others. Other movies.
Calm down, bro. Yeah. Okay. Does this receive the Needle Drop Award?
I said no.
No.
Like I don't like that Elvis remix. So
He's really on that Elvis remix.
Man. Yeah, that got me. But.
Well, the Claire de Lune.
Yeah, Claire de Lune.
I mean, that's a classic song.
Yeah,
and so the way they match it up at the end of the movie, that's what makes it great.
Mm-hmm.
Is that part. And the thing with the song, as I was doing a little bit of research on it, is the song is supposed to take you through various phases of exhilaration and tension and then like at the end the self-reflection and that's what they're doing at the end of the movie and going through all of those emotions. So that's why that song for me was the needle drop on this one.
I think for me that Elvis track is just the movie. Sorry to go on a fucking tangent here. The movie, it's very much a time capsule. Like it definitely captures like early 2000s, and that remix just captures like that specific time. Like they're getting out of house, they're getting out of techno, they're becoming something else. It's dance. I don't know. It always rubbed me the wrong way. But
you're okay with the song, just not.
The song's
style.
Great. I just hate that song.
Was it a good trailer, bad movie, or bad movie, good trailer?
Good trailer, good movie.
Yes, on the same page.
I agree with that. Should we add that to the?
You guys are going to be hating me, man.
Oh no!
This is what we got to deal with sometimes.
Why? It's great.
Chris, it was nice having you today.
Natalia, welcome back.
Yeah.
Even though you like Ben Affleck as Batman, we enjoy you.
I just didn't like the cheesiness of the trailer, but for me, it's that time capsule-ness of it. It's that they capture that 2000 era. It's goofy. It felt a little mainstream. It's laughable. So I watched the trailer, right? And it's a little hokey, which is fine. The movie's a little funny too. But then they throw in at the end, they're like, from the director of Traffic and Aaron Brockovich. Like that's like to like give it some. Do you
like? I don't really like that when they do name drops and stuff.
I don't
to be honest.
I mean, when you're doing a movie that's as fun as this, and then to say Traffic. Like Traffic is a heavy movie.
That's way over there,
dude. That's like because Tim Burton did what's the one about the barber?
From Fleet Street. What's it called?
Goodness. Oh wow, Johnny Depp.
Yeah, Johnny Depp's in it. That's like showing the trailer for that movie.
Yeah,
and then saying from the director of Pee-wee's Big Adventure. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
Like
Sweeney Todd.
Sweeney Todd,
the demon barber of Fleet Street.
I like how we're all stressed here, but there's laptops and internet.
I'm trying to focus on your faces.
But yeah, that's me. Sorry.
All right. I think we're all in agreement. Just good, right?
Good.
Except for Chris.
Wah wah.
Dun, 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 dun. All right, Act 2, cutting room floor. Cut for time. What should have been? Anything?
Okay, so I think that every scene in this movie sets up something that is happening later. So I was really trying to think like, okay, what would I cut? And I'm like, well, you need that scene because this sets up this. And no, you need that scene because that's great foreshadowing of this, X, Y, and Z. However, I will say this, and I'm so sorry I'm looking up above. The scene with Bernie Mac where he's getting the Vans and he does the whole long hold with the hand and, I wear lotion with the glove. To me, is just like a hair too long.
Yeah.
Like, I get it because Bernie Mac is great and we love him. He's comical and it's fun. And you see, like, it's a quick nod of like, okay, these vans, remember these vans later. This is going to come in. But for me, that scene is just a little bit too long and not as funny as I think they thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
So I would trim it.
It's almost like they're trying to give him a little bit more screen time.
Yes.
Yes.
It reminded me of Transformers when he's the used car salesman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they kind of just threw him in there because, it's Bernie Mac.
Yeah.
At the time, he was big.
Yeah.
Gabe?
I kind of got the guy that was beating up Danny.
Oh.
Yeah. That part.
Yeah.
Bruiser. Thank you. I couldn't remember what his name was, but it was Bruiser beating up Danny in that part. Why can't they just lock him in the room, waiting on Benedict to come back? There's no reason. Why are you going to give that guy a couple $1 million to hit you across the chops a couple times?
$2
million. $2 million. Yeah.
But I mean, wasn't that part of the whole plan though? Because they got to, he's got to get his ass.
Yeah. How do you get that guy? Maybe that's suspension of disbelief, but how is it that it's going to be him?
Because how do you know that? I mean, they were the police. They were the paramedics.
I agree.
Everything.
I agree with Gabe.
He gets pushed. They planned for him to get caught.
That was part of the plan.
Gabe's on my team now.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Welcome back, Chris. Welcome back to the.
Well, you guys are all gonna hate me now.
All right.
I think Tess.
Her character completely.
Yeah,
like everything.
Yeah, because she's not.
No,
I don't think she's really there. So you got Tess, right? So basically Danny is out to get the girl back, right?
Yeah.
So Danny's out to get the girl, and then Benedict being such a asshole that's just there to reinforce the fact that, okay, well, Tess needs to be with me. But you can even flip that. It's like, he's actually out to get the money, but Tess is just there to reinforce the fact that, Benedict is such a bad guy. So you could take her out. She's not really there. She doesn't have a lot of lines. I mean, if they were like, Chris, I know you want final cut, but you got to take something out. You got to lose 10 minutes.
And that's what you're going.
I'm going to have to take Tess out.
Yeah.
Wow. Because I think the movie would still survive without Julia Roberts, right?
I think it would, but it takes away it takes away a female element of it, of bringing in the girls, of it just not being this heist movie. It then gives this element of there is other reasons for them wanting to do this. And personally, I think the reason he does this is to get Tess back. It's not because, there are these 3 hotels that have the same vault. It's, well, let me get my girl back. And by the way.
I 100% agree with you. That's why, in the next category, it's who deserves more screen time. I thought Tess needed more screen time.
Oh, see, I was opposite. I was like,
shit.
It wasn't that she necessarily needed it, because I felt like in the next one they liked that Tess George Clooney chemistry
in 12.
In 12,
okay.
So they liked the chemistry in 11. So in 12 they push her even more, and then at that point I was like, I don't need you that much. You know what I mean? So I was kind of opposite. I was like, for me it was the right amount of Tess. It was just okay, cool.
And you were saying Tess should.
Well, because the movie's, how long is the movie? It's
an hour 56 minutes.
Oh shit! So it is. Damn, it is a fast 2 hours. Yeah, it's funny compared to watching The Mother last week.
You know what? All right,
and they're 1 minute apart in time.
Yes, because Mother was 1:55.
Yes,
and this is 1:56. Why did this move so quick? Where Mother was just dragging and dragging. Did you see it?
It did. Yeah.
What were your thoughts on it?
I actually saw it in the theater with Jennifer Lopez.
Yeah, thank you very much. So my wife told me, she's like, I'm pretty sure she saw it in the theater. I was like,
that's right. She was on the I saw the carpet thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your picture.
She was there. Yeah, her and Ben were there the whole time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Not to sidetrack, but what were your thoughts on the film real quick?
Yes, it dragged. There were certain aspects that were just a little too unrealistic, where you could have made them slightly more realistic. And I mean, it's fun to see her kick ass. That's what that aspect I liked. The daughter kind of annoyed me.
Oh, because we liked the daughter.
That's our favorite part.
Yeah.
To me, I was like, you know what I would have liked more? I would have liked more her keeping the daughter. And then going underground or off the grid, and then the daughter being a little her whininess a little was too every time was come on,
yeah,
you gotta be a badass,
get it together,
mom, that's
that's part of your Latin side of you.
I know, yeah, my mom. Why are you crying?
Mom,
but that's J-Lo. J-Lo's Latin.
Yeah. We felt though, and I think all 3 of us agree that if we were to replace J-Lo we were thinking Michelle Rodriguez.
Yeah, and
I could see that.
Me and Gabe were having a conversation on the way up here, and like I think Viola Davis would have been amazing.
A different flip on that.
Yeah. Well, because Viola Davis has got to be 57.
Yeah.
I mean, because you look at Viola Davis, you're like, I don't know if she can do this, but she can. Like, Woman King was amazing. We're sidetracking, but
there we go. Damn you, J-Lo. Every episode
takes over.
The J-Lo effect.
Oh, it is. So we're on any more screen time? Anybody else?
I thought the Mormon twins deserved a little bit more. They're funny.
Yeah.
They're great. I love them guys.
Scott Conn and
Casey Affleck.
Yeah.
When he pulls up the remote control truck against the other truck and he's going fast with it, he's like he's looking over the side and he's like, I'm gonna lose, and then he just pulls over and smashes. Oh my gosh,
they're great.
I die. Yeah.
All right, let's moving on here. You could have started from there. Is there a chunk or a place where they could have started from, or do you guys kind of like where they started?
Negative. I think it's good.
I think it's great. I think it's perfect.
You know
where
what?
It's at.
Well, I just think the opening scene with the parole board, like you could have just cut that part and followed him coming out of prison.
I mean, I guess so, but
I like that because it starts out very realistic, and then as we progress, you get to Rusty.
Yeah,
he's with Topher Grace, and then he's telling him like, "Oh, are you incorporated? I want to pay you by check." Blah 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 blah. So literally, as he's walking down the hallway,
you're seeing a progression.
Everything starts to become dreamy, and then he walks into the curtain, and then after that, like the story really starts. So everything's like unbelievable things. So it's almost like they're in like a dream world.
I think with the parole scene too, though, you also have to. It also sets up who Danny is and like what he was in for.
Just like that,
very quickly,
it sets up where we're going. Like we're all getting in this car, and who's his driver?
Yeah,
and it just sets it up. We're like, okay.
They tell you how smooth he is. He's never been caught.
Yeah,
right. They give you his list of offenses.
Yeah.
Sorry, Gabe.
All right, no.
You
guys convinced me.
Gabe, we're gonna have to cut Gabe for time here.
Oh yeah.
All right, we'll cut him out. Who could have done it better?
Like who could have directed it better?
It could have been director, composer, writer, another actor, actress.
Actress.
What do you guys think of? What do you think of Alan Arkin as Saul?
I think that would have worked too.
Yeah.
Wasn't he supposed to be in it also?
He might have been considered for it.
Yeah.
But
I mean, that's that same era of been cool too.
The other thing we were talking about was laughing at the Mormon twins, but the Wilson brothers were considered for that at first. So I don't know. They could have been pretty funny as well.
I think so.
They went to
It's
do
Owen
Royal Tenenbaums.
Luke.
Luke. I feel like Luke, yes. Owen, no.
Yeah,
Owen would have the same hair that he has in every movie.
One of them has the timing, but the other one's a little.
Yeah, I would like Luke. I think Luke would probably fit well if you were doing it, but Owen just, I don't know. Like,
Owen is always Owen.
Owen,
usually.
The only time I saw him where he was a little bit different was
Zombieland 2.
No,
Marry Me.
Oh my god!
Oh shit!
Marley
I love that.
I'm getting the brothers mixed up.
Yeah, you are getting them mixed up.
Yeah.
But they were. Oh no, he wasn't. Was he?
Are you thinking of the Royal Tenenbaums?
Yeah, he was in that one, right?
Owen and Luke were. That's the reason they didn't do Oceans.
Yeah. That's where I saw like Owen. See, now you're mixing Owen, where he was a little bit more different. One? Yeah.
The blonde
one.
Yeah.
The nose?
Yeah, well, the nose.
I think in there, that's where I saw him a little bit more different. It wasn't so Owenish, where like everywhere else is.
He's good in Loki. He's very.
Oh, yeah, he is.
He's kind of more low key. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that is true.
I love him in Wedding Crashers.
Never seen that either.
Wedding Crashers.
What? Oh my gosh.
That's the thing.
Natalia, you're coming back. We're doing Wedding Crashers.
Wedding Crashers is amazing.
It's the sports references and the comedy.
And that's what's great about this podcast is that for Chris,
eventually
we can actually force.
Eventually.
Yeah, for real.
We can be like, you got to watch this now.
Great.
So this is great. Anything else, though?
Spike Lee.
Oh.
So imagine if we did an all black cast, right? And then we could put like Idris Elba, Danny Ocean, Eddie Murphy's Ruben, Delroy Lindo is playing Saul, John David Washington, he's playing Rusty. You get like Spike Lee to direct it.
I think.
Can we throw Jamie Foxx in there?
Yeah, let's
I feel
do
like
it.
Jamie would have been good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a basher.
Dude,
Yeah.
no, but what would be cool is you could put a white guy as basher.
Mm.
You know? Then you could put like Ewan McGregor
You're
as
right.
basher.
Huh.
You know, you can make
Or
like
maybe Jamie would have been a good casino manager, like casino owner.
Oh, like a bad guy? Oh,
yeah, like the bad guy.
And we could put it in like Atlantic City versus like, you know, Vegas or something.
Yeah.
Very true.
That's cool.
Let it ride. Is there anything that you guys would make a scene a little longer?
I know Lobo's got one.
I do. And it's it has to do with Danny and Rusty.
Mm.
So they go out and they meet like all of the characters and convince them to come and be a part of the heist.
Right.
But they don't do that with the brothers. They only talk about the brothers are, they're available, right? But they talk with everybody else and they try to bring them all in. So I think if they would have kind of extended those scenes out a little bit, I think the movie overall is cut very well. So it's hard to extend scenes out, but it just, and maybe those were the cut for time type of thing that they got to get to an hour and 56 minutes.
It's good.
Natalia?
I would have maybe liked to see slightly more of the like building up to the heist and just like other little things that they did. But I also, again, I feel like they showed exactly what they were supposed to. If they maybe showed too much, then you would have caught on.
Yeah.
So
it's exactly like a scam. You know, they're like, we're just going to keep throwing it at you.
Yeah.
And if you can't keep up, sorry, we're already over here.
Yeah, exactly.
You're going to watch it again.
Yeah. Once you start questioning it, you're like, wait a minute.
Yeah, I didn't really come up with anything on this one. How about you, Chris?
Yeah, I didn't. It's cut pretty well. Like I said, maybe if you explain the heist more, you're gonna be like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Cheat death. Save any character from dying.
No one died.
Nobody died in this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess not. Yeah.
Like I said, no stakes.
Yeah.
But I mean, you throw some stakes on there, it becomes a completely different movie.
Well, let's now inflict death.
You guys aren't gonna like this.
He really.
Don't do it.
Let's go, Chris. Let's go.
Do it.
He's gonna say it. Watch.
No, I'm not gonna say what.
Let's say it on 3. What we think?
Mine's completely. Yeah, you guys go ahead and say it on 3. What you guys think?
2, 3. Brad Pitt. Oh.
Whoa.
Did you guys want to say the same one?
I said Brad. What'd you say?
I was Linus.
Oh, Linus.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
No. I Scott Conn and Casey Affleck just don't do it for me.
Whoa, man.
But I think it's because I just don't have that comedy sensibility in me. I like dark comedies.
Yeah.
That being said, I don't know. It's funny. I didn't have them in Cut for Time, but maybe I would have cut them out. I don't know. That's me though.
Well, I was thinking Linus. We talked about it. Matt Damon was good. Yeah, he was good in there, but he was kind of whiny. And I just don't like whiny little bitches sometimes.
Wow.
He was a little bit whiny.
He was a little whiny in this.
And look what he did though.
Yeah.
He won an Academy Award.
Well. No, but I mean, even the character, like how he couldn't just stay in the damn van, bounce out.
Oh yeah,
and
exactly.
It's typical of somebody who has that attitude would put you in danger.
Yes, exactly. And those were the thoughts when I put his name down.
That's funny that you say that, because even when he's in the hallway and he's explaining like, oh, you thought I was going to sit this one out? He's like, oh, come on, why didn't you just tell me? You couldn't have told me.
Yeah,
I gotcha.
Natalia, what was yours?
I know.
Kill Tess.
No, I wouldn't.
Brad
I wouldn't.
Pitt.
I think no. Of course, no. I wouldn't at all, because then I can't see him. I think if you're gonna inflict death on anyone, like maybe Ruben. But they do that already.
Yeah.
In 13?
Oh my God, he dies in 13. You just spoiled it for me.
Comatose. He goes comatose.
Oh wait. Oh, that's why you haven't seen him.
No. Yeah. And he's still alive too.
Spoilers.
Right?
In real life?
We'll get to it. I think I wrote it down. I don't know. I think I wrote it down. Anyways.
Yeah,
wow.
I think he's
Ruben.
Yeah.
Man, he's got a Mexican name, and you're gonna kill him.
Damn,
the closest thing to Mexican we got in this movie, and
I know.
Kill him.
But he's got great costumes in it too.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
He does.
I owe you from the guy with the thing in the place.
Yeah, that's such a great line, because you don't know.
What?
And then he goes, "I've never been to Belize."
Yeah, our pleasure.
All right. Yeah, I was saying Tess because it'll probably just change the dynamics of the whole thing.
Oh, dude, totally would have.
It would have been
because then at that point. It's let's say, how does she die? Benedict kills her or something?
Yeah, because maybe he was obviously jealous.
Yeah.
And then Danny pretty much goes putting him on the spot. And then, pow.
Yeah, or
something. He wants to shoot
He's
Danny,
not that courageous.
but he isn't.
Andy Garcia.
He's a bitch, yeah.
Yeah, he's
like
a little
bitch. He's supposed to be a bitch, you know?
Yeah.
He's very
supposed to be, look at me.
disposable.
Yeah. Look at me.
Well, the best is in his scene when he tries to be the tough guy and he tries to tell Brad, like, run and hide. And then you just cut to the phone being there. Like, Brad was like, I don't give a fuck about you.
I know. Good, because now I have one of my own. Run and hide, asshole. Run and hide. If you should be picked up next week buying a $100,000 sports car in Newport Beach, I'm going to be supremely disappointed because I want my people to find you. And when they do, rest assured, we're not going to hand you over to the police. So my advice to you again is this: run and hide. That is all that I ask.
Act 3, Devil's Advocate. You can save only one. The entire film is going to be recasted, ladies and gentlemen. They're all on a little desert island, and you can only pull one off that island. Who would it be?
Brad Pitt.
I knew she would say that.
He's just so great.
I'm going to have to agree with her because I think he really is like a glue of this whole thing.
Yep.
You know? I mean, if you really think about it. So
I wrote, I'm keeping my man Rusty.
Rusty.
Yep. Rusty.
Yeah, the entire way.
All right, here we go.
I said Clooney.
Nice.
Whoa.
I mean, I think he, like, you know, I don't know who the older generation thought of when they said Ocean's 11 before this movie came out. Like, I guess I'm assuming they thought of Frank Sinatra.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, when
the whole Rat Pack.
Yeah. And when you told me, like, oh, you know, Natalia wants to do Ocean's 11 as the title, the first thing that popped in my head was George Clooney. He's like the poster child.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
yeah.
I say Clooney. I mean, in the movie, he's like an actor's actor. He's charming.
Yes.
He's got that classic Hollywood vibe. You know, even to this day, he doesn't do a lot of stuff. But when I think of Hollywood, I think of like George Clooney.
Definitely.
You know, polished. He looks the same as he did in like 1996. Gray hair. You know,
he does look good in a suit.
He does.
Yeah, I just
I
love
do have to admit that.
I love the open shirt.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah.
But that's my choice.
I love the suits in this damn film.
Oh yeah, I mean it's definitely 2000s because like even Brad Pitt, everything's overly baggy,
Little baggy.
Yeah, the little bagginess. Who's getting sent to movie jail because they were horrible? How long would they be sentenced?
I gave go ahead, Natalia.
Okay, so mine is very weird because they're not part of the major cast because I love this film and I love everyone.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah. So do you guys remember? It's Andy Garcia's his character's assistant. It's the casino, casino manager, right?
Pit boss guy, or
he's like the pit boss guy. So
Like
he's
his
the
number
guy that
two.
makes the call to the 911.
Yes.
And then Garcia's character figures out that they used this fake vault, and then the guy he's like, they installed this on Tuesday. Da 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 da. And the guy goes, but where'd the other half of the money go? It's the worst line in the movie. It's so overacted.
Yeah.
It's so corny and cheesy that to me, I was like, get out of here.
He's gotta go.
Yeah, he's got to go because I love everyone else, but he had to go.
What's his sentence?
Yeah, how long you put him in jail for?
And what's the charge?
Corniness, overacting. He gets I'll give him 3 months with probation.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Okay.
3 months. All right, that's not too bad. Not too bad.
Yeah, because his role was small. It wasn't,
He'd be like, I'm going to jail for 3 months. I said 2 lines.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot. Gabe, what you got?
I gave a 6-month sentence to Don Cheadle for the accent.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, it was bad. It was. I wish they would have just. I think I read somewhere that he asked to just go back to a regular accent for the follow-up
no
movies.
or something, right?
They said no, you're in and you're committed on it now. But yeah, that accent was horrible.
Yeah.
How about you?
Casey Affleck.
Oh,
but I gave him only 30 days.
Okay.
You know, I've just put him in jail just for general principle, man. Like, you know, just
to throw him in, huh?
Yeah, I just wasn't feeling it. I mean, somebody's got to go. I had to pick one.
That's true.
Yeah, and send him away.
Dang.
man.
Only 30 days.
Yeah, I guess so. All right, moving on. Is this a better movie with, it could be zombies, musical, outer space, something cliche?
Yeah, any movie cliche, Natalia. What's
maybe
missing?
rom-com, but like there is a little bit of romance in there. It's
like sprinkled,
yeah,
just
like
a tad,
like a
though.
dash.
It's not really. Yeah. I mean, really, the only scene is the restaurant aspect of it. If you really think about it, the more rom-com type thing. And then at the end of it.
And then like when he drops the phone in and then like her running to the car later and like, Danny,
at the end.
that's my husband. Yeah.
So that's really the... All right.
Okay. Gabe?
I think you got to mix in a gunfight on this thing. You know, and half the characters get killed off, and that way we can keep a little extra money.
Bro, if we go that route, then let's kill Tess.
Yeah,
that's what I was saying. I was thinking the same thing.
So an action movie.
Yeah, one of the things though that I did catch is, it's a cliche that's a part of the movie, and that's the honesty of him being a thief, and that that's saving the marriage. Because now I'm honest about what it is that I'm doing, and it's very cliche-ish of the movie.
Right.
Chris?
Nothing. I said zombies, but just kidding.
Just zombies.
Just kidding.
Yeah, I still agree with make it like a murder type thing.
Yeah,
for action,
like or kill her at the beginning of the movie. And then Danny's in jail, finds out Benedict kills her.
And then he's doing this to get back and set her up. Yeah. See, there you go.
It writes itself.
Wow.
Ocean's 14.
Hey.
Quantum Leap, you're beaming into a person in this movie. Who would it be?
Rusty doesn't have a girlfriend, right? Okay, let me think. That's in 12.
So she wants to go Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Yeah, it had me to be Catherine Zeta-Jones. I guess I would want to be Rusty. I think he's just kind of the coolest one, and he still gets to play too. He gets to wear the wig. He gets to be the doctor. And, he's gone.
See, that's who I would pick, though. To be honest,
me too.
And to be able to sit at that table with all the teen
actors.
Bopper actors and stuff like that.
Teen Beat cover boys.
Yeah.
He's the only one that really seems like he has his shit 100% together.
Yes.
Like. It doesn't he's already planned for the job to fall through.
He already knows.
Already planned.
He knows his path. He knows what he's doing.
He's got it all together.
Where everyone else is just trying to figure out what's going on. And
it's almost like it's Rusty's 11.
Yeah. And he gets to eat all day.
Yeah.
Which I don't mind.
So back in the day when I used to watch this on VHS, there's the scene where he sees Tess come down and Matt Damon's giving him the rundown, right? Oh, okay, this is what he does, He's and I don't know what it's like now in the DVD, but in one scene, he has a plate of shrimp.
Yeah.
And in another scene, it's a cup of shrimp.
Yeah.
It switches. And it bugs me that I don't get to see the switch anymore because I watch it on Prime.
So they cut it.
It bugs me that I don't get to see the
That's funny.
Yeah.
That means you've watched that movie a lot.
She literally was saying, no, I watch this a lot. Sometimes she says she'll put it on as even background.
So, I have a hard time sleeping at night when I wake up, in the middle, I can fall asleep, no problem.
A light sleeper?
No, yes and no. But if I wake up in the middle of the night, it is so hard for me to fall back asleep. My brain just is won't stop, right? So what I'll do is I'll put my headphones in and I will put on I have 5 movies that I'll run through. And Ocean's 11 is like I said, it's a comfort movie for me. Yeah. I know the lines. I don't need to watch it. I can hear it. I know exactly what's happening. And then
they did say that Brad Pitt had to eat 1,000 shrimp.
Oh yeah,
yes.
When they were filming that scene. Damn. Could you imagine?
That's
you know what he was doing the rest of the day.
Oh my
God. you got the day off tomorrow, buddy.
Yeah,
you're gonna need it, I think. Who would you jump into, Lower?
It's 4 for 4 on that one. I picked Brad Pitt as well.
Yes,
okay.
yeah.
Nice.
He won.
Who gets the Oscar hypothetically?
Go ahead, Natalia.
Brad Pitt.
Exactly.
Best supporting actor.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he had to eat all that shrimp.
That's true.
Yeah.
So, but I went with Brad Pitt as well.
Yeah, about the same.
Yeah.
I mean, if you guys are putting a gun to my head, it's for me, it's in between Pitt and Clooney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you guys are Chris, pick
Pitt. No one's putting a gun to your head, buddy.
I'd say Clooney.
Okay.
Let's say Clooney. Yeah, it's okay.
Ruben might deserve something in there as well. So he was pretty good.
Yeah, he's dope.
Right. Suspension of disbelief.
Yes.
Rank is from 1 to 10.
Oh boy, it bugs me magical science. When they're in outer space and they hit the button and all of the nanotechnology goes over their face and makes glass and a helmet. Yeah. So the EMP really got me. I was you wouldn't believe that EMP is a real thing. I mean, I know it's a real thing, but they went to California, got an EMP, brought it back to Vegas.
Yeah.
Got it to work right away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wrote that same thing down. And me being in the electrical industry,
yeah, that's right.
It wouldn't have worked. So
that's
He's like, that's not possible.
Yeah,
I object.
Yeah, exactly.
So this is a moment in the movie that just didn't.
It just that doesn't. So they want you to suspend all belief that this is like. So another one that I chose is that those wireless cameras. They just clip them to the wires in the server room.
Oh, gotcha.
And then it transmits the feed. Like, damn, that's futuristic. They can't even do that shit now.
Mine was, and I don't know if it's like that this doesn't exist. I just felt like this wouldn't work. So when they come, Matt Damon and George Clooney come down the elevator shaft, and they've got the wires, and they're too short, so they got to cut them.
Yeah,
and then the lasers come back on.
Yeah.
Don't you think that wire would not go back into the thing and it would just hang there?
Yeah.
And so then it would get in the way of the lasers?
Yep.
I think about that all the time.
So that could either be that or unanswered questions. Like, what about the wires?
That's true. Okay, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Benedict didn't realize that Bruiser's like in on it.
Yeah.
Like Benedict doesn't like just kill like his whole family like after the movie's over.
How do they keep Linus in the dark the entire time of the whole plot? It's just you're having him play a huge role and he knows nothing.
And that's they're putting a lot on his back. Like,
exactly.
He's not going to fucking choke.
Yeah.
The whole
They don't
heist.
even know him.
Yeah.
They've done multiple heists with everybody else. They don't know this guy. Yeah. And they're going to put the whole thing on him to pull it off.
He says, hey, where's the fun in that?
Yeah.
We're all going to prison for the rest of our lives, but hey, might as well. But dude, Frank going to work at the new casino, and they just give him access to all the blueprints.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? That's true.
Remember, Frank just this is courtesy of our new something Frank Catton. I'm like, really? I'm just like that. Background check's clear. You're good.
You're good. Yeah, you're cool. All right, so now we're moving on to where do we go from here? Plot the sequel.
Oceans 12 and 13.
There you go.
Yeah,
12, 13,
absolutely.
and 8.
There you go.
I think I heard that they were doing a 14, which is funny because
I heard about that too.
Because in 8 he's supposed to be dead. So I was like, well, maybe he faked. I don't know. Maybe he faked.
But I think they allude to that too, though, because she says like, who knows if he's even in there?
Yeah.
And Linus was supposed to be in Ocean's 8. They shot the scene. They cut it out because of his close ties to Harvey Weinstein. So they took him out, and that's why they put the little Asian dude in there instead.
I didn't know that. Hey,
like, wow! I didn't even realize.
I like that they brought him back though. I thought that was cute. Like that was a grease surprise. We got a grease man.
It's a grease man.
Where the fuck you been?
All right, Tyler Durden. Which character could be imaginary? You know who I actually picked for this?
I know exactly who you chose.
Who?
Brad Pitt.
Yes.
Just because
he's the OG, man.
Because but I
think he just fits though because like he is again like I was saying earlier before he's kind of like
he
the
could
glue,
be his conscience,
and he could be his conscience because just kind of the way he's like placed throughout the film.
I was kidding, but that would make sense.
That's why I really did pick him to be the Tyler Durden. Tyler Durden to be Tyler Durden.
You know who I picked?
Who?
Tess.
Brad Pitt.
Was it because for that reason or because he's like Tyler Durden? And
it's because he's Tyler Durden.
So that's why I put it down too.
No,
yours makes sense.
I said Andy Garcia.
Really?
Ooh.
Yeah, because it's like you don't necessarily like you think he's your enemy. This is what your enemy would be like, but really it's just you're stealing from the casino. It doesn't necessarily have to be the owner.
So he's like a metaphor for the casino.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Do you think the movie or the heist itself could be imaginary? You know, you were talking about he was floating through at the beginning, and I kind of got that dream vibe that you were talking about, and I wonder, could it be imaginary?
I thought, because I'm always trying to look at a movie and think like, what does this really mean? What are they really trying to say? And then I know it's not a heist. Is there a deeper meaning? He's at the parole board hearing. What if he's dreaming and like he's making all of this up in his head of like, what he's going to do when he gets out, and the whole heist, and getting Tess. He's like he's trying to reclaim like his manhood because he's been in prison for so long. Like, what if it didn't really happen? Like they're just kind of it's just a metaphor for trying to reclaim himself. Like after he gets out of prison.
Yeah,
that's just me.
I like that.
Trying to make it too deep.
No, not at all.
High school yearbook quotes. So if you were to,
okay, you guys got to go through yours. So, because I was a little confused.
You got to walk before you can crawl.
Yep.
And I have another one.
Yep.
You lose focus in this game for 1 second, and somebody gets hurt.
Guys like us don't change. We get sharper or get sloppy.
There we go.
That is pretty good.
Since I could have done better at me thinking of my answer for this, now that I get it, I'm just going to go with, where the fuck you been?
We gotta do it like, where the fuck you been?
I got one, because the house takes you, unless when that perfect hand comes along, you bet big, and then you take the house.
Yeah.
Got another one, Gabe?
Yeah, you're still in the middle of the fucking desert.
You know what's great, though, about that line where he says the house always takes it is the way that he's so serious with it. And then he was like, you rehearsed that, didn't you? He's like, do you think I rushed it? I rushed it. He's like, no, it was good. It was just like, it's so great because you like, it's that seriousness, but then they pull you back into like a little funny moment of like, because if he didn't say that coming afterwards, you could kind of be like, oh no, that kind of was corny a little bit, that line. So like the fact of him kind of be like, you rehearsed that, didn't you?
Yeah.
I thought it really was nice.
And you wonder if that's the power of Clooney and Pitt. Because they're so like, they're
great together.
Yeah.
Or is that Pitt because Pitt's the same way with DiCaprio in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? Like, are Clooney and DiCaprio on the same level? You know, like, because that's just like
interesting.
Like they just vibe, like they just
or
connect.
Is it Pitt though? Yeah, you're right.
Like, Pitt's pretty good with whoever he's with. You know,
that's true. And out of them both, Pitt's really more the OG, if you think about it.
Yeah,
like,
with between Clooney and
Clooney.
Because Clooney had only done like a handful of really big things,
right, and more sitcoms, things of that nature.
But when he blew up,
Oh yeah. Oh, all right. Who would you go on vacation with?
We already know who she's gonna pick.
Brad Pitt. Come on.
It's like Carl Reiner.
Hello.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, like if I couldn't pick Brad Pitt, I'm going to say Ruben. I feel like he's got the money. It's going to be a good vacation. He's going to be funny, have great stories to tell me about like old Vegas. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
I like that.
I picked Brad Pitt as well. I mean, I just think that he and I would have a cool vibe. Yeah. We can hang out at the bar, have a couple of cocktails, enjoy a steak. You know, I mean, it'd be a good time.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Brad Pitt show, everybody.
Yeah.
I said the same thing.
Really?
Brad Pitt, yeah.
I said the brothers.
They would be funny. They would be cool.
Yeah. You get arrested on that vacation.
Yeah. Probably.
Yeah.
Because who knows what would happen. All right, final thoughts. So we have any RIPs in this?
Yeah. Bernie Mac.
Oh yeah.
2008.
Yeah. Unfortunate.
And unfortunately also Carl Reiner died in 2022 of natural causes though. Not COVID.
Right. Wow. That's everybody, huh?
That is it.
Yeah.
Is there a better title? I don't know.
Anybody?
The casino heist? I mean,
I thought Vegas heist.
Vegas
heist.
But
I was like, that's bad.
Yeah. I put the Vegas caper.
The Vegas caper.
And also Bringing Down the House. I don't know.
Queen Latifah movie, right?
Oh yeah.
Shit, you're right.
You can't. Yeah.
But I think that was afterwards. But
I didn't really get into that. Unanswered questions. Weren't we tapping this earlier?
Kind of, a little bit. Is Terry Benedict really a bad guy? Like, the only thing he really does...
Just a prick.
He's just a bad boyfriend.
He's a bad boyfriend, and then you're kind of putting a lot of stock in what Ruben is telling the guys about how bad Benedict is, but he doesn't really do anything. He may be a bad casino manager.
But I don't even think that, though. Like, his casinos are thriving. He's just, like, not a fun guy to be in business with, maybe, if he's going to overtake you.
So I kind of felt bad for him afterwards. Like, I know he took Clooney's girl, but man, he just kind of, like, stole all his money. That guy's out of a job. That guy's, their 401k is done. Like, they just went after him, just because he was with Tess. That's my unanswered question.
I've got it's related to the movie magic and screen time, and how does Danny in prison for 4 years and then has access to like all of these great clothes and money and all of this other stuff, and then and Rusty being his best friend, and he doesn't even go to him first. He goes and he sees Bernie Mac, first.
Because Rusty's not real.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, location
go from
wise,
East Coast to West Coast.
Sure,
Rusty's make believe, man. What's your double feature?
Oh, for me, I know it's kind of cheesy, but I was actually the OG.
The original.
The original?
Okay.
With this one.
I am kind of curious to see how it is.
Yeah, just to kind of see the difference in the era and just the people who were at that point, at that level, who they were like, So
yeah, I've never been a big Frank Sinatra guy. So Natalia.
So just what movie I would watch alongside this?
Yeah. It doesn't have. It can be anything. It can even be like Gone with the Wind if you want.
No, I really I love the heist kind of aspect. And one movie that reminds me of this is like Italian Job. So I feel like I'd want to go on like a little heist,
a good one.
fun one.
Yes,
so Italian Job, maybe.
I've never seen it.
Oh, you should.
Damn.
It's great.
Jesus, we'll put it on the list.
Man.
Donald Sutherland, Charlize Theron, Mark Wahlberg,
Jason Statham.
Jason Statham,
Yep.
and then Twali. Not Twali, sorry. What's his name? Yassine Bien. Yassine Bean. How do you say his name?
Most
Thank you. I was trying to say his real name.
Yeah.
And then,
Seth Green.
Edward Norton.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
That guy fell off the face of the earth.
And Seth Green, yeah.
Yep.
He's funny.
Yeah.
I invented.
That's a remake also?
Yeah.
It is a remake.
That
yeah.
is a remake. Yep.
That's my double
you're right.
feature.
Steve McQueen?
Yes, Steve McQueen.
Never seen that one either.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe we should put that on the list and do
That would be good. Do a compare and
the
contrast.
double. Yeah, that would be a good one. All right.
Dope.
I've got this one as a box set of all the Oceans movies, including
All three?
Oceans 8.
Okay.
Well, I got Oceans 8
That's
in
a
there
long
as well.
day.
So,
Wow.
yeah, so it's a...
Not longer than Star Wars.
No, but you can definitely knock out a Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. All right. I like that.
I said Get Shorty.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Same vibe. But,
Yeah.
but just
that
with,
movie.
But with Get Shorty, there's stakes, though, because like when that shit gets dark, it gets
Yeah.
it gets like people die in that movie.
Literally.
Like,
True.
same music vibe, it's still kind of quirky.
Yeah.
But
I forgot about Get Shorty. That's actually,
That's one of my favorite movies, dude. I
Put it
love
on
that
the
movie.
list.
Yeah.
Is this a good movie?
Yes.
I mean, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You know why it's good, in my opinion, is because this is just like an entertaining movie. It's fun. It's light. It's, you have a good time. And if you've never seen it before, and it may be like, because when I saw it, I didn't pick up on certain things. I remember like they cheered when you find out, like when Brad Pitt opens up his SWAT helmet and it's him, and like,
Get out, really?
yeah, like everyone was like, yeah.
Yeah, you're
like,
rooting for the bad guy.
yeah, you're rooting for the bad guys, but it's like it's Hollywood. It's fun. Like I said, from beginning to end, it's quick, it's fast, and like you said, it goes by so fast.
Yeah.
I thought it was like it's a good movie.
Yeah.
Good call. Absolutely. It's a great movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Who's your movie Mount Rushmore? So people from this film, who are the Mount Rushmore? As we know, there's 4.
Yeah.
I picked obviously her love of her life.
Mm-hmm. Glad you recognize.
Clooney.
Okay.
And just me being Wackoe. The 2 brothers stacked on top of each other.
Shut up, for real? As one person? Like,
as one person.
Or those are 2 or 1?
No, it's one person,
Okay.
like stacked on each other. And the little Asian guy. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Damn.
What about you?
Soderbergh, Mount Rushmore, Out of Sight, Contagion, Traffic, and Behind the Candelabra, if anybody's ever seen that
I
one.
saw that, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. The
That's
Liberace one.
Liberace with Matt Damon.
Yeah. Fabulous.
I didn't know you were
that
such a Matt Damon fan.
You know what? Me neither, but it's got some good stuff.
Didn't
man.
he say he didn't like Matt
Yeah, I think he
Damon?
did
No, I
like
think it was
an episode
Jessica.
or 2.
Oh,
Atlanta
okay.
Jessica.
Right, sorry.
Yeah. And then Heist movie, Mount Rushmore.
Ooh, that's what I went with too. Go ahead.
Shit.
No, go ahead.
Got okay. Hopefully I pick different ones. We'll see. Heat, Inception,
Yes.
Ronin,
Oh,
Jackie Brown.
love him.
Ooh.
Okay.
Love him.
And they got one more. Casino movie, Mount Rushmore.
Ooh.
Casino,
Mm-hmm.
Ocean's 11,
Okay.
Snake Eyes,
Oh, Snake
Ooh,
Eyes.
That would be,
Yeah.
yeah.
and Hard 8. Paul Thomas Anderson,
I have
first
not-
movie.
I haven't seen that one.
I went with heist movies as well. I did.
Okay.
I had Heat, I had Usual Suspects.
Mm-hmm.
I went Reservoir Dogs,
Yeah.
and I actually went The Town. I love The Town.
Oh my god!
Yes. You like The
The
Town?
Town.
Should be best friends. Oh, The
my
Town is
goodness.
so
So-
good.
Play best
Yeah.
friend songs in the
The
back.
Lindas want you to
friend.
open the door.
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
so good.
Yep.
That's a great movie.
And then some close ones are Ocean's 11, The Inside Man. That's another.
Oh,
good movie.
Inside
Yeah.
Man.
That is a good one.
Yes.
That is good.
So I only put together one Mount Rushmore, not 7.
Sorry.
No.
All right, ready?
Go.
Yep.
Brad Pitt, Mount Rushmore.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh.
All right.
We got Ocean's 11,
Okay.
Legends of the Fall. Don't come at me.
Wow. No, I like that movie.
No, I do like that movie,
Oh
actually.
my God, it's just so good. I mean, Anthony Hopkins is so good.
And his hair in it. Oh my God.
Yeah, his hair's like super long.
He does have good hair in it.
Then you have to go, I mean, Curious Case of Benjamin Button. And then, God, it's so, I mean, it's, no.
Just one.
I know. Fight Club.
Ooh, yeah,
that's a
good
good
choice.
one. Yeah. Okay, personal rating out of 10. What you give?
6.
6.
Sorry.
Oh.
I've just seen it too many times. It's just like when this movie came out, it was always on HBO.
Mm-hmm.
I just think I've seen it too many times. And I just, like I said, I'm repeating myself. It's like a time capsule movie, and it just feels dated to me.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's still a lot of fun. You know, you can sit there and throw it on, unplug.
Yeah.
You know, just have it in the background. And I know the movie, like, you know, backwards and forward. I know what scene it's on.
Yeah.
It just doesn't really do it for me anymore. Because, like, if I'm going to pick a movie from Soderbergh, it's going to go Out of Sight.
Out of Sight, yeah.
You know, or Contagion.
Okay.
That's me, though.
Yep.
I've got it as 7.5.
Okay.
So
We're
I
close.
really enjoy the movie overall. And it's that same thing. Like if the movie's on,
just throw it on.
It's there. And I don't change the channel necessarily once it's there. So I think that's
you can leave
making
the
of a good
room
movie. Yeah. And you come right back in.
You're like, oh, I know where it's at.
Yep.
Natalia, 15 out of 10.
No, I mean, like, obviously my score is higher because it's my comfort movie.
Yeah.
But I still say 9.
Okay.
I still say 9. I say as a Hollywood movie for fun from beginning to end, it's what you're gonna.
Yeah.
I give it a 7.5 actually.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good movie.
It's a good movie. It's entertaining.
Yeah.
And like I said, like when it comes on, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna sit and watch it.
Sure.
It'll pull me in.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Cool.
Would you walk or run to the theater after this podcast?
Natalia, I wonder.
Run, people, run.
She's like, running. What are you talking about?
I never left.
Yeah.
I just one of those things too. Like I remember my sister took me to go see this movie, and I just remember being like, "Gosh, that was really fun. That was a good time." Especially if you don't know the story. If you're seeing it for the first time and you didn't have anything spoiled for you, you're just like, "Cool."
Yeah.
So So did you like the overall movie and experience, or were you like had a big crush on Brad Pitt?
I've always had a big crush on Brad Pitt. I always say that Brad Pitt is the reason I knew I was straight. Because I was like, who is this handsome man? Oh my goodness. And I was like in the 2nd grade. And I was like, okay. So he's like my number one.
Will you run?
I'm definitely a run. And, it's Brad Pitt. And I fanboy over Brad Pitt, but not for the same reason as
they're going to start a whole new podcast.
I know. The Brad Pitt podcast.
Yeah, right.
But I think he's just a cool motherfucker. I mean, that's really what it is. And so that's why I like him. And so he would have me run into the movie theater.
You guys should call it the Pit Cast.
There we go.
No, they're in the pit.
Oh, in the pit.
I call it
There you go.
It could be the pit.
The Pit.
Yeah.
Wow.
What about you?
It's a brisk walk because I never saw it in theater.
Okay.
Like I said, I watched it on home video.
Yeah.
It was like my 3rd DVD that I ever bought, and it was like the dual side, widescreen on one, pan and scale on the other. So like shit, all I had was like 3 movies. I'm gonna watch this over again.
Yeah.
Watch it over again. Brisk walk. I like it. It's cool.
I would stroll.
Stroll because you already know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, but it's just like a cool, smooth, like a Brad Pitt character stroll,
like with the theme music in the background.
Yeah,
I gotcha.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
I gotcha.
Because I don't run to too much stuff. So
nah, not even zombies. Like you wait there.
Wait right there.
I'm taking my time.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Well, this is a fun podcast.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, we had a good time.
Thanks for having me.
We thank you for joining us. We really do appreciate it. And make sure you guys follow Natalia. Where can they follow you in all the platforms?
I guess if you want to, you can follow me on Instagram. Hey Natalia. Just like, hey Natalia. Hey Natalia. Hey. Yeah.
All right, guys. This was fun. Let's go ahead and pull some money out and head to Vegas.
Right on.
Make it happen.
Are you in or are you out?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Open up your heart and baby, satisfy me, baby.